Hello and welcome as I attempt to explain what on the immaterial plane was happening in Season 24. Let's start with the simple things. In Season 24 we saw Black Hole activate 4 times, Sun 2 10 times, and we had 27 parties. There were 146 consumer attacks. The lift had their lineup reverbed, and we saw 5 players and 2 teams incinerated. Observation and redaction made a comeback, as 7 players were redacted, with 6 of them making a reappearance as attractors. Season 24 opened with horror, as much to my dismay, all the weather was jazz. 80% of all games in Season 24 opened in jazz weather. This was worsened by the introduction of a new weather, supernova eclipse. This was seemingly caused by the coin obstructing the supernova that resulted from Sun exploding during the semi-centennial game. Supernova eclipse was particularly bad, as entire teams could be incinerated in this weather, as we discovered when we lost first the Breath Mints and then the Hawaii Fridays to rogue umpires. In the Earl season, jazz weather overwhelmingly leant towards supernova eclipse, as 60% of the games became this, and it remained prevalent across the rest of the season. Then, in the Earl siesta, the supernova collapsed, leading to the appearance of Black Hole, and Pulsar. Following the boss's classic "Don't Panic" message, for the first time ever, we heard from the Commissioner, who with the help of the microphone spoke to the fans, offering them the chance to choose where they end up, in direct opposition to the boss's wishes. And so we gained the map. Instead of renovations and a gift shop, fans could now choose what direction they wished their team to travel in, and gift fuel to other teams to help them reach their destinations. Almost all of the teams started in the vault, but quickly shot off towards the different corners of the map. Then, on day 34, the first team reached a corner, as the Moist Talkers hit the Pulsar and were greeted by the Monitor, who said they couldn't let them in yet, but for them to stay close. Teams kept moving, and on day 51 the Sunbeams hit the desert corner, and the Reader appeared, with a selection of mixed sports metaphors about touching down and sand traps. The beams immediately gained the modification Scattered, but the Reader was not done, telling teams to charge the mound, interpreted as the supernova in the centre of the map, where the boss was. The coin, unhappy with events, saw a charge attempt from the Flowers, which had no effect, but on day 65 was hit by the scattered beams, and herself became scattered. In the late siesta, the Monitor showed up in their funky new shades and quit their job as food, beverage, tourism and gift shop director, which also left the hall unmonitored, allowing all the teams, even the ones from prehistory, out into the league, and the teams who had made it to that corner of the map into the hall. All of these teams gained the modification Rogue, stating they were out for a surprise attack. The teams from the hall exploded out onto the map, and most of them, led by the Tigers, made a beeline for the centre, intent on seeing if their surprise attack could be used against the boss. And on day 82, the Tigers hit her, and discovered yes, it could be, as we saw the boss incinerated. Meanwhile, Black Hole was busy, eating everything in sight. When a team played in Black Hole, and scored 10 runs, it got agitated and nullified something. To begin with, this was the active rules of Blaseball, as we saw the game mechanics begin to disappear, having a dramatic effect, removing weathers and altering the entire economy, as all you can eat was nullified, and fans found themselves stuck with their existing snack slots, unable to buy or sell more. But it didn't stop there, as it began to nullify individual items and renovations from teams' ballparks. Then things took a turn for the worse, as the supermassive black hole expanded and began to nullify the teams it reached on the map, leading to games being cancelled as one or both teams no longer existed. The expansion continued to consume the map and teams on its way. Before, on day 99, we got an emergency alert. Black Hole had consumed everything and nullified Blaseball. But this was not to be the end, as it then burped. Nemerifet made an appearance to declare the balance paid and credit extended. Amongst all of these huge league-changing events, some small fun things also happened. We discovered that shelled players can't be incinerated, as their shell protects them, which we found when rogue umpires attempted to incinerate Lucian Patchwork. And the flowers kept us entertained, as their traitors continued to swap items between each other, seeing these 5 things trade hands many, many times. Thank you for joining me for another Blaxplanation. I'll be back with plenty of Blaseball fun and facts during the Grand Siesta, so stay tuned, and if there's anything you'd particularly like covered, drop me a comment.